Suey.
Oh, all right.
So, sad news.
That's why South Bendigo went like names this afternoon.
Here's
Fair
Bendigo's most experienced, Jock Clark.
Yeah, Code is in ruck, but Compston got it down first. Hand pass away. Couldn't find a teammate. Out of the middle. Knorton's got it for the Bloods. In a wide arc, turns. Kicks it high inside forward. 50. South mark. 45 out. Dead in front. Good chance for a great start. It's been taken down there by Harvey. So Brock Harvey. Good mark. Well done. Out of the middle by Aaron Knorton. He just found some space. He did kick it high, but Harvey was in front where your forward should be. And he's lining up directly in front and has probably got to kick it from about 49 metres. Gives it a ride. Pretty ordinary. Won't make the distance. Kicked it wide. Comes off hands and it is over and out of bounds. No, in fact...
No, free kick for the marking contest.
Free kick at a marking contest.
Yeah, South unrealistic attempt.
It's the Square skipper, Jack Geary, to take it from the back pocket.
He sends it beyond 50. They set themselves. Code is there, however, puts on the outside of the boot inside forward 50, but Toma takes an intercepting mark for Golden Square. He'll swing it in the direction of Thrum, off half back. He'll now go to the corridor. They're lining up here. Gives it to Geary. He received a handball inside forward 50 for Johnson, who's got strong jukes at 49 metres, and he'll settle them down. Donegan was leading into the pocket. He ignored Donegan.
Also, he can kick this journey. We've seen it before. He needs to go back and have a ping.
He's got the breeze behind him. Let's see what he does with this footy. Big Dylan Johnson. You said, Jock, that he needs to kick 4 and they'll win it. It's a long, high ball. It's going to make the distance to the line and it's through. Good work. Dylan Johnson popped through the first for the Dogs. They to go to 1 goal straight 6. The Bloods yet to score. 2 minutes into the first, thanks to Aussie Disposals, as we take you inside local sport on Bendigo's Fresh FM.
Correction, I think I said that, and John said he's lost confidence.
All right, we'll give you the benefit there.
Henderson hasn't started forward. He started his normal spot. Down back, he's picked up Harvey.
There was a good transition of play for Golden Square then. They got the ball in the half-back flank, they switched it and then brought it back into the corridor and it made it look easy.
Haven't really changed their structure at all, Golden Square. Just put Johnston to full forward. Up they go. Centre of the ground. Compston first hands on it. The takeout important though. Blood's got the first one. They'll get this one as well as it's kicked high to half forward. Marking contest. No one can take it. Dorrington got out a hand pass. Couldn't find a target. Free kick to the Bloods. Right on forward 50. And it's taken by Knorton. Aaron Knorton plays on. Gets a lead. Goes wide. Couldn't find a teammate. The target was Bartels. 30 out from the Bloods goal. The defence of the Bulldogs stand up, but it's going back. It's going to be another free kick in the back pocket to Golden Square. It'll be taken by Harvey, and he kicks into the defensive goal square. Finds a teammate down there. Mark is taken by is it Tracy, who plays on and goes wide. And the Dogs are out of trouble wide to the wing, out of sight of the ground.
His intended target there was Rosengren. He's on the true centre wing position. They've got the numbers here, Golden Square, but it just goes over the line. Player stepped over with the footy, and we'll have another throw in. Out of side wing, 1 goal, 6 Golden Square. South Bendigo yet to hit the scoreboard. They've gone inside forward 50 a couple of times, but haven't looked it. Code doing the ruck work against Compston. Compston won the tack in the direction of the skipper, couldn't get away with it. That was Captain Jack Geary. Now Golden Square come into the middle. Intended target there will be Welsh. South Bendigo with the numbers. Howe received the footy, gives it by hand to Knorton. Knorton, a short pass by foot, finds Highwood on right half forward. He comes laterally to Rogerson. Rogerson now, he caught with it. It was too slow, and good bit of work by Jake Thrum off half back for the Dogs will relieve the pressure.
Got him from behind. He didn't know Thrum was there. Was a chance gone begging for the Bloods. Now the Dogs can set up. To the middle of the ground they run. Kick inside forward 50. Baird on the lead. Couldn't keep his feet, slipped over. Easy mark taken down there for the Bloods by Zach Hare. Goes wide. And they've got it through the wing on the outer side. Long kick. Good kick. Up towards half forward. Mark taken down there for them by Rogerson. Goes to the forward 50, half forward, finds a target. Whelan's taken the mark. Another short pass. Mark not pagan. The kick didn't make it. Knorton, though, takes the crumb. Aaron Knorton. Kick across the body into the goal square off hands. And through for a minor score. Bloods on the board, one behind, 1 point. Golden Square, one straight goal. 5 minutes gone, first term, thanks to Aussie Disposals.
Oh, Humphrey kicked it beyond 50, but it went straight to the opposition in Bartels, who's taken a chest mark 55 out from goal. Pretty tight angle there.
Much better start this week than last for South, though.
Yeah, it's a short pass in the direction of Rogerson, gives up some meterage, then he'll go back to Bartels. Probably didn't gain anything there, Jock. They just went from one to the other. Now Bartels will play on beyond 50. He'll send it long to the goal square, looking for Code. Big fist there by Compson. Code, a toe poke. I reckon he's put it through.
Yes.
He has. Just came from nowhere, which they pinch the lead here. The Bloods go to 1-1-7. Golden Square, 1 goal straight 6. 5.5 in the first, thanks to Choices Flooring, Bendigo Bulk Carpets on Bendigo's Fresh FM.
Yeah, good work from South Bendigo there. They were able to set the wall up across half forward. They kept the ball locked in their forward line. Bartels shared it around with Highwood and finally got the long kick in, and Code, amongst 2 Golden Square players, brought the ball to the ground and then was able to put it through.
Both had good starts. Ball up, centre of the ground, dead heat in the ruck. Again, Code tries to do some work at ground level, and they'll get it out again through Rogerson, the Bloods, towards half forward. There's Connaughton again. Those two we spoke about. Connaughton got it. Got out a hand pass. Went in the direction of Highwood. He couldn't take it, but he might get a free kick. He will. It'll come back to the wing, and Highwood will take the free kick. Alex Highwood for South Bendigo. This is a very good start for the Bloods. Highwood goes to the centre of the ground to Connaughton, who was on his own, and he's taken the mark, and he can set him up. Kicks long, straight, direct, inside forward 50, finds a target. Mark not paid was Bartels. Wanted it, not paid. Umpire says play on. Dogs should get out of trouble. Oh, poor hand pass. Ball's loose right on forward 50 for South. Pack develops. Umpire will ball it up. Swell. I thought he did enough. Thought he did enough.
South Bendigo pressure good.
Left half forward here, the Bloods. Code doing the ruck work, but the numbers are with Golden Square. A long ball up to the wing. Rosengren is in the area. Contested footy. Picked up nicely by Jake Miller. Over the top to Howe. Couldn't collect the football. Captain Jack Geary over the top. That's okay to Thrum. Thrum now, one bounce. He's been chased by Wheel and did really well, but it's inside forward 50. Hare now for the Bloods. He's under pressure by Adam Baird. Hare is good enough though. Oh, he's being pinged.
Rubbish.
Oh, what? Explain to me what happened there, boys, because I didn't see it.
The umpire called a throw when he handballed.
Gee.
It's Golden Square. Adam Baird has been given a free kick.
Well, Baird was out of the play. He was on the ground. He hadn't kept his feet.
It's play on in my book. But,
the umpire's found one. So Baird's got a chance. Gee, I reckon he could get the journey from there too, Johnny.
A 1 point margin to the Bloods. He's got the wind behind him, Jock. Let's see what he does with this football. What a footballer he is. It is long. It is high. It is through. Adam Baird. They take the Dogs to now 2 goals straight 12. South Bendigo 1-1-7 thanks to Kangaroo Flat Storage as we take you inside local sport on Bendigo's Fresh FM.
Yeah, once again, good work by Captain Geary there through the midfield. He was able to set it up, got a handball out to Thrum, and Thrum got the ball deep into Golden Square's forward line.
Yeah, skill level's good. The pickups, the work under pressure is good from both sides. Ball up, centre of the ground. Code comes in. This time he's opposed to Keat. Umpire's picked out a free kick. Going to the Dogs again. Keating will take it. Centre of the ground. He'll drive the Dogs to half forward. Little kick. Won't make Thrum. Then he's tackled. Lost the football. Chance for the Bloods. Player picked it up. He lost it in a tackle. Now the Dogs get it back. They got numbers just outside forward 50. Across the body. Johnson the target into the goal square. Bouncing ball. Big fella's got it and kicked a goal. Well, I'm not sure that was the quickest passage of play from hand to foot. But Johnson managed it. He's got 2. And Normie, you said at the start of the game, you'd lost confidence in him. If he kicks 4 today, he's done his job. He's got 2 already. We've only played 9 minutes in the first term.
No, it's been an excellent start by John Stone up forward. And Golden Square, when they get the ball out, they're able to move it a little bit cleaner than what South Bendigo have. And that's evident with 3 goals to this stage.
And a lot more room in that Golden Square forward 50 than South's. 3 straight goals, the Dogs. 1-1-7, the Bloods.
Keating done the ruck work there for the Dogs, and a free kick at the bottom of the pack. No, umpire says I'm going to throw it up. So we'll do it all again. Smack bang in the middle of the QEO. Whelan is there for the Bloods. He's been a good player over the last few weeks. Code, however, will do the ruck work. Keating won the tap. It was to nobody's advantage in particular, but they've got the numbers through bad. The Dogs now, they'll go forward. Intended target was big Dylan Johnson, ran underneath the footy. 30 out from goal. Under pressure is Balnaves for the Bloods. They need to be careful here, Bloods. Noel to offer support. Flicks it out the back door. That was okay to Torpy. They still need to be careful here. Hare with the football in the direction of Rogerson. By hand tries to give it to Connaughton. Connaughton's good enough in the end. Gives it there to Miller. Miller now beyond 50. They're ugly but effective. Brock Harvey won the football, then lost it, then won it. By hand he gives it to Taggart. Taggart, if that's not throwing the ball, if the other one was, that one was. Umpire let it go, and now he's being pinged for incorrect disposal.
He was in all sorts of trouble.
Tommy Tomer with the footy for the Dog. Oh no, it's not Tomer. Sorry there, Jock. Now it's Tomer.
Yep, so he's got it, half forward, plays on quickly for Square, kicks inside forward 50. Johnson attacked the pack, crashed it, umpire's picked out a free kick to the Dogs.
Yeah, shepherding off the ball.
Is that Thrum who's got the footy? Free kick, 45 out, slide angle. And it is indeed
It was clearly
Thrum.
was clearly held by the South Bendigo player and couldn't get into the marking contest.
So why would you try and hold Thrum out of a marking contest? He's 3 foot tall. From 45 metres, on the slightest of angles, he's pushed it wide and through for a minor score. So it is the Dogs, first blemish. They go to 3-1-19. The Bloods are 1-1-7, 11 and a half gone first term, thanks to Kangaroo Flat Storage.
The Bloods now, Isaiah Miller will do the kicking in. It's very short to Hare. Hare came into the side last week as a late inclusion. Now he'll come back deep into the defensive zone. They haven't gained anything there. Gives it back to Miller. Right hard against the line in the defensive goal square. Now he plays on. He has a bounce. He's just a little nervous and runs his measure. A long ball beyond 50, looking for Bartels, but the numbers are with the Dogs and a good mark's been taken. A short pass, it'll go in the direction of Much. Much now 60 out from goal for the Dogs, kicking to the city end. It's a long high ball, looking for Johnson in the goal square, got hands on the football. Donegan was in the area, but picked up by Johnson from nowhere, and he just slots his third for the Dogs. The Dogs go to 4-1-25, South Bendigo 1-1-7, 12 and a half in the first. Thanks to Aussie Disposals, we take you inside local sport on Bendigo's Fresh FM.
They are, and interesting to note that Jake Miller's now got the job on Compton. Compton's gone forward, so we got the twin tall towers up forward in the goal square for Golden Square.
Well, he's kicked all 3 of his goals in general play. He hasn't kicked 1 from a mark, so he's getting himself in the hot spot, and that's what you've got to do. That's what we said he had to do, and he's done it. Can he kick 4 for the game, Normie? He's got 3 already. It's only halfway through the first quarter. Ball up, centre of the ground. Keating might have got it down. Taken by Tommy Tomer. Just got it on the boot, but stolen by Miller. He drives back long and deep for the Bloods. Good kick. Mark taken by Leroy Miller. He's a whistle on play. Gee, I thought it was going to go back and Miller might have got a 50 there. Don't know why I thought that. So good work, Bloods, and they'll have an opportunity for a shot at goal about 40 out, 45-degree angle in the swimming pool pocket to the Barnard Street end of the ground. Well, they need it. So when he comes, no real breeze to be a problem. Gives it a ride, hits the stick. Minor score for the Bloods. They go to 1-2-8. Golden Square 4-1-25. 14 and a half gone, first term, thanks to Aussie Disposals.
Humphrey. He does. Now they're shooting it around in the back zone. the Dogs. Now it'll be Lee deep in his defensive zone. He'll send it to Baird, Adam Baird. Broadcast side off half back. It's a long ball to look for Compton. Probably too severe from him. Front and centre couldn't grab it. Was Marciano for the Dogs. Compton at ground level. Donegan offers support. Picks it up on the left. It's a vacant goal. They'll need to run. Captain Jack running with the flight of the football. Blood's under pressure here. Did well there was Hindle. Gives it by hand. It's okay to Highwood. In his defensive zone, he goes short. And they're moving it nicely through Sheen. He sends it wide to the outer side wing looking for Brereton. Picked up the football nicely. True centre wing. He'll come inboard. He's got a player on. That's a teammate and Cam Taggart.
So Taggart from the centre of the ground now plays on, gets some support. Bloods move it to half forward. Good kick. Mark taken by Bartels. He's got it. 2 kicks from goal. He sums up the situation. They move for him. Where's he going to go? Goes wide. Spots a target in Keck. Can he take the mark? He can. Plays on.
Poor
and
finish.
Kicked it straight through the points.
It's a really good build-up for South Bendigo.
Gee.
Only the kick.
Would, yeah, well, kick, cocking, shocking, badly. It was a minor score. Let off by the Bloods. Kick out from the Dogs is good. And Adam Baird's got it again just outside defensive 50.
25 playing 9. It's Golden Square have got the lead here. It comes to half forward in the direction of Johnson, offering support there. It was a teammate. They're going okay here, the Dogs. They'll share it around, ends up with Sean Young. He goes into the middle to the teammate, the big ruckman in Keating, and sends it to Captain Jack
Lots
Geary.
of fortune.
Takes a chest mark 55 out from goal.
Well, he was in front, but the kick wasn't meant to go there. Wallace went off the side of the boot.
Captain Jack Geary asked Johnson to lead. He did. It was a bit of a fake lead. He sends it long, and it just fades. Geez, it had a bit of meterage on it for a minor score. 4-2-26. The Dogs, the Bloods 1-3-9. 17 in the first, thanks to Aussie's disposals on Bendigo's Fresh FM.
And a big job for Charlton Hindle down back when Geary goes forward. He's the man from South that's got the job.
So the Bloods now a long way from home, from full-back. The kick is high, outside defensive 50. Good mark, taken by Code. Plays on with a hand pass. Now they're off and running south. Hand pass over in the direction of Whelan. He goes towards half forward. Poor kick. Kicked it straight to a square defender who marks at half back. Now they can set up. They move it wide. They've got some numbers. In towards Rosengren. Takes the footy. Hand pass off. Kicked inside forward 50. Dogs, good play. Captain Jack had space and he's marked 45 out on a slide angle. Well, again, it was an error from South because they had control of the football through the middle. The next kick was a shocker, turned it over, and they came straight back and found guys in space. Geary, straight as an absolute arrow, puts it through. 5 on the board for the Dogs. They go to 5-2-32. 1-3-9 the Bloods. They need the next South Bendigo.
The thing is, Square continue to win some clearances and their structure out of defence. Their kick-outs is the best in the league. They've been getting it out very easily. South haven't been able to control that area, and that's made it really difficult for South Bay.
Yeah, it has. Golden Square, when they get the ball in defence, they know how to use the switch, and they use it well. They know they've got 2 or 3 players. They know where they're going to run to, and they set up play.
Jack Geary comes back in the middle as they do the ruck work. It was Keating. He won the tap in the direction of Lowry. That's Dale. He now sends it long into the forward zone looking for Johnson. Good work by Miller. Managed to get his boot on the ball for the Blood. Sends it to the wing. Geary did very well. Gutsy. He flew for the mark and he was offended again. So again, Captain Jack Geary. He now sends it long to the forward pocket. Underneath the scoreboard, Dylan Johnson tracks the footy. Couldn't pick it up. And we'll have a throw in. Underneath the scoreboard that reads the Bloods trailing 1-3-9. Golden Square of 5-2-32. 19 into the first as we take you inside local sport on Bendigo's Fresh FM.
They've wrested control of the Dogs at this stage and South in a bit of trouble. Up they go. Code got it to the front. Down there he'll find a teammate in Hare. Can't keep it in. Goes over the line and out of bounds. And it'll be thrown back into play. Forward pocket for the Dogs. They've opened up a 23-point lead. 19 and a bit minutes into the first term, and they're down their business end again. Knocked to the front of the pack, taken by Geary, got out a hand pass on the boot of Tommy Tomer, and another one for the Square. They are taking control of the game, bit by bit, Golden Square. And that time, just too many numbers. Good work, Geary. He got the hand pass out. Toma, quick on the boot. There wasn't anyone in the goal square and away it went. 6-2-38 Golden Square. 139 South Bendigo. 20-minute mark of the first term. Thanks to Choices Flooring, Bendigo Bulk Carpets.
The difference between the two sides so far as they're finishing, Golden Square, they've been precise with their kick or their handball, and they're setting their teammates up.
Do we give Captain Jack Geary the best on ground, the meal voucher to Jeff and Kelly at the moment?
It's killing them so far.
That was a goal assist. He's just been super. Compton in the middle now, taps it to a teammate through Toma again. He'll send it inside forward 50, looking for Donegan. Tracks the footy 30 out. He'll look to get on the left. Good, strong tackling there by the Bloods. Now they're good enough through Miller. It's a poor kick. It came wide. He was looking for Mitch Rogerson and puts it out of bounds on the full. And Sean Young will take a free kick. It's a hard, short pass taken by Marciano for the Dogs.
Yeah, you're right in a sense, they use this definition, but it says centre clearance work is only guaranteed in this game. South Bendigo can't. It's, with the exception of the first couple of minutes, it's been dominated by
Golden Square, yep.
So the ball goes straight into their forward 50, hitting the paint all the time and taking full advantage of it.
Marciano sounds like he should be on one of those movies that's as he sends it inside right to the goal line. Bouncing, I was going to say that, one of those mafia movies there, Wallace, but I thought I'd better pull back a little bit. It's Howe, gives it to Nolder by hand for the Bloods. Exactly. I didn't want to get sued, so that's why I pulled up there. Wallace, as the ball sends out of bounds on the full, and we'll have another throw in. 38 playing 9.
I thought you might have been going to say you should be on the undercard with Damien Locke.
I was going to say any of those. The Lobster Cove, yeah.
The Lobster Cave in Melbourne. Don't know whether I'm a big rep for lobster. Don't mind it. Don't eat it a lot, I've got to say. It's not on the weekly diet. Kick inside forward, 50 for the Dogs. Bartels marks in defence. Goes short to halfbacks, okay. Finds Whelan. He plays on. Wide to the wing. If he can find a target, might be a chance for the Bloods. He can't. The ball hit the deck and ran away from Leroy Miller over the line out of bounds. So it'll be thrown back into play and the numbers arrive from both sides.
Oh, I love lobster, Joe.
Yeah.
I'm only a forward, I'll get back, so
Lobster Mornay, Lobster Bisque. Yes, there you go. Yeah, thought I'd throw those in there. I have had it in the past.
Now through the Dogs, I'll send it to half forward Johnson. He flew for that footy. He's been awarded a mark. He'll have Dale Lowry breaking for him. Goes to the pocket, bouncing footy. Marciano again. That man we were talking about, only metres out from goal. The Bloods need to see it through here, and they do, because they were under intense pressure. So the Bloods will go to 1-4-10, trailing the Dogs, 6-2-38. 23 in the first, thanks to Kangaroo Flat Storage on Bendigo's Fresh FM.
Couldn't finish the recipe. No good that. Taken away by the Bloods. They got numbers. Back to Miller at fullback. Goes wide. It's okay. And he gives it to Hindle. Hindle still inside defensive 50. Pops it up and a mark. It's taken by Tommy Brereton. So Brereton goes back inside defensive 50. Back to Miller. That's Isaiah Miller. He goes across the ground. Target over there was Jake Miller. Couldn't mark it. Got it on the bounce. Goes down the wing out of sight. It's okay. And Harvey takes the mark. Now a chance for the Bloods to set something up. They've got it. Just outside forward 50. Long kick to full forward. There's a whistle on play.
Downfield free.
There was just two of them battling it out. Wright was there for South. Up forward for the Bloods, but the umpires paid normally what a downfield
free. Yeah, the South Bendigo player was dealt with after he kicked the ball.
Well, Wright's got the free kick. Player on the mark's probably 20 metres out, but it's a tough angle. He's right on the boundary line, Brad Wright. Has shown that he can kick a goal. Don't worry about that. So Brad Wright lines one up for the Bloods. Do they need it? You bet your bippy they do. In he comes. Wright might have absolutely threaded the needle. He has. It's a beauty. Much needed goal. Brad Wright's kicked it for the Bloods. That's their second on the board. And the scoreboard shows Square 6-3-39. The Bloods are 2-3-15, 24 and a half gone. First term.
Norm, they got the footy and was pushed 2 seconds out with the space.
Yeah.
Reason why downfield free kick.
It was better transition by South Bendigo then. They at least hit targets as they went forward, and they, courtesy of that free kick, got a goal.
Compton comes back in the middle. They're alternating here, the Dogs against Code. Code's done the ruck work for the whole quarter as Adam Bear just tries to push himself through the pack. He couldn't. Now the Bloods, through the weight of numbers, wheeling over the top in the direction of a teammate in Bartels. Couldn't pick it up, and that's just a sloppy bit of play, and Tom Walters will receive the footy off half-back. He comes to Donegan, who takes a sliding mark, defensive side of centre wing, broadcast side on the left, over the top to Toma. Toma, a strong contested mark, stands up quickly on the left. He'll put it in the direction of Jack Geary, 35 out from goal. Doesn't quite sit for him. Oh, he might have been tripped. He fell over, then stood back up, then put it around the body to the hot spot. Up they'll fly. Flew high early was Rosengren. Couldn't get it, but the Bloods defensively now they'll clear the footy and get out of jail into the middle.
Now, I don't want to be too critical, but that's the situation where Johnston should have contested that mark in the air. He waited down, the little blokes went up for square. Won't affect them, but maybe that's their structure not right. It's taken away for the Dogs by Humphrey. Kicks wide, back in the direction of a teammate down there in Tracy. Can he keep it in? He can't. It's over the line and out of bounds. He'll be thrown in just on forward 50 for Golden Square. It was a high kick inside forward 50, and Johnson just sort of spread-eagled him. Throw in. Outside the forward 50, Square in attack again. Keating went up at the back, got it down towards Jack Geary. He took it but was locked up in a tackle. Bloods wrestle the ball free. They've got some numbers. Off half back, good work. Kick towards half forward. Nobody will get there in time to take the mark. Dogs have got numbers back in defence from half back. They break towards the wing, grandstand side. Mark taken down there by Fall. He kicks long to half forward. Over the top they go for the mark. No one could take it. It's off hands and out of bounds for a throw in. Down at half forward again for Golden Square.
Yeah, it's in the forward line here for the Dogs. I've liked the inclusion of Donegan as well for the Dogs. He's been prominent. As Isaiah Miller, he got a nervous kick in the back half, just swooped on there by Daniel Keating across the body, which fades for a minor score. So Golden Square will go to 6-4-40. South Bendigo 2-3-15. 27 in the first, thanks to Kangaroo Flat Storage on Bendigo's Fresh FM.
Not a bad effort on the left foot for the big fella.
No, it was a good effort there. He had a little bit more time though, Jock. He could have steadied a little bit more on that left.
I don't know anyone was telling him, no.
No, that was probably right.
So the Bloods, Miller goes short into the back pocket to Jake Miller. Came from Isaiah. Bloods have got it. Last line of defence. Oh, scrappy old kick. But Bartels gets in front and marks it just on defensive 50. So Bartels has got it in defence for the Bloods. Pops up another little pass. Puts a teammate under the pump. That was Brereton. He had two to beat, but he was interfered with, said the umpire. And Brereton's got the free kick for South. Still at half back, goes all the way back into the back pocket. Gives it down there to Jake Miller, who switches across the ground. And has he kicked it out on the full?
He has.
He has. So free kick. Johnson will take it for the Dogs. And he's within range. He'll kick from about 50. And he'll start outside the boundary line. And Dylan Johnson has 3 so far. Goodness. And he lines up for another one and has put it just narrow and through for a minor score. So Square go to 6-4-40. South Bendigo 2-3-15. 28 gone first term, thanks to Kangaroo Flat Storage.
Bloods will bring it in through here, looking for teammate in Rogerson, who takes it broadcast side. Half back goes to Miller, the big fella Leroy. On left half back now for the Bloods, Leroy Miller. They'll have to move it quickly because we're in the shadows of quarter time here.
Good kick.
Connaughton receives the football. Now he plays on. He'll send it into the corridor. They need to do this. Oh, it's a bad handball. Coe just coughed it up. He was looking for Harvey. Couldn't find him. Now the Dogs will bring it back the other way through Baird. A handball. It needs to bounce and sit. It does for Sean Young. He'll now send it long inside forward 50 looking for Marciano. Whistle on play. He held the South Bendigo player. But it doesn't matter because the siren of the first term sounds. So, interesting first term here, a dominating Golden Square. They are 6-41. They are leading the Bloods 2-3-15, a 26-point margin. In a moment, we will continue with more live and local footy on Bendigo's Fresh. Marciano, as we take you inside local sport on Bendigo's Fresh FM. It is almost the start of the second, 6-5-41 Golden Square. They are leading South Bendigo, the Bloods, 2-3-15. Here is the voice of the most experienced one, Jock Clark.
Bloods have got the breeze in this second term and they'll need to use it. And there's still a bit of it there, looking at the windsock. It's not flaccid, it's got a bit up there. Ball up, centre of the ground. Chance for the Dogs. Geary's got it, but they've got him. Captain Jack can't get rid of it. And the umpire's going to ball it up again, right smack bang in the middle of the ground. Well, it's up and down, isn't it? A bit like Johnny. Ball up, centre of the ground, up they go. Connaughton's after it. They've pushed him to the deck and the umpire said illegally. So Aaron Connaughton will take the free kick between centre and centre wing for South Bendigo. Wants to play on. Wants someone to run past. They don't. Gets around the player on the mark, Connaughton. Now goes towards half forward. Up they go. No one could judge it. It's inside forward 50 for the Bloods after the football. A chance down there. Toma takes it. Needs some support. Got it to Coe. Coe throws it on the boot for the Dogs. Back towards the centre of the ground. Bloods with numbers here though. Taken by Miller. Isaiah. He's kicked it high back inside forward 50. Whistle on play, and I reckon it's going to South. It is.
Yeah, wrestle before the ball got there, and South Bendigo player thrown to the ground well before the ball arrived.
Torpy.
So Torpy with the free kick for the Bloods. He's going to have a ping from 50 metres. Fair angle. Starts it wide. Not going to come back. Goes to a pack. And Compston, the big fella's down, he pushes it over the line. That's out of bounds for a throw-in right next to the behind post. Deep in the Bloods scoring zone. 1.5 gone, second term. No change to the score. 15 plays 41. Dogs in front.
City end, Compston doing the ruck work. He's got a nice beard there too, Jock. I love it. As Keck bangs it on the boot toward goal. And it just slews to the right, and that's a minor score. Slews. 2-4-16 the Bloods, 6-5-41 the Dogs. 2 minutes in the second, thanks to Choices Flooring, Bendigo Bulk Carpets on Bendigo's Fresh FM.
And it'll be interesting to see how South handle this today, John. We saw them last week with the wind in the second quarter, not make any use of it.
So Dorrington brings it back into play. Good kick, finds a teammate. And the mark is taken. Thrum inside defensive 50. Goes back to Geary, still inside defensive 50. Next kick is okay. So the Dogs work it out of defence. Little one towards the centre of the ground to Donegan. Harry's got it. 4 possessions, 4 small kicks. Still defensive side of the ground for the Dogs. Now Donegan's forced to play on. Got it to half forward. Sloppy kick. Won't find a target. They might have numbers at ground level, the Dogs. They have. It's worked out to Welsh. Welsh goes to half forward. And the mark is taken by Captain Jack again. She's got a tank and a half. Covers some territory. Goes long towards Johnson at full forward. Knocked away by the Bloods defence. Battle for possession. 20 out from the Dogs' goal. A big hand pass taken by Welsh. He's thrown it across the body. Front of the goal square. Attempted mark. Not paid. They might get out of trouble, the Bloods. Big hand pass over the top. Missed the target. Still 35 out. Taken down there by Baird. Around the body. Shot at goal. Fell half a metre short. The Bloods with somebody back on the absolute last line of defence, and they'll stay out of trouble with their backs to the wall.
Well, it's not for long here. It's going to be Golden Square again. Picking up the footy was John Coe. Won it, then lost it. The crowd screamed for the footy as we're on half forward for the Dogs. They do it nicely through Connaughton. However, the Bloods, a long ball inside forward 50. Intended target would be Brad Wright. Couldn't win it. Also there for the Dogs was Dorrington off half back. They'll need to settle. Oh, pinged too slow. Ran from behind was Brock Harvey. Spills free in the direction of Torpy, who sends it long. Ball coming back. So
yeah, lucky for South Bendigo. Nobody in their forward 50. Silly kick forward.
Everybody played on, including the commentator. So umpire says no. Let's reset here and bring it back. 41 playing 17. It's Golden Square. They've got a lead here. 14 minutes into the second. Let's just...
South started this quarter with a point to carry. They really need to get a goal on the board. Just as Norm said, to start to really work into this win.
Brock Harvey. Geez, he's had some good footy Well, he's been playing for the Bloods after crossing from this team here. Looks for Bartels, couldn't get it. Defensively did well was Dale Lowry. There was a fist in there. How now for the Bloods? How now again? I keep saying that every week. How now Brown Cow, but it ends up to Whelan. Whelan short. He was looking there for Harvey again, couldn't find him. Did well. They sweep the footy nicely. Now it's a long ball inside forward 50. Intended target will be Torpy. Comes to the back of the pat. It's all with the Dogs, and relieving will be Much, who goes into the direction of Captain Jack in the back pocket.
Gee, Geary, I can't believe it's him. He's getting them down back and then he gets them up forward. Covers the territory, more reliable than V-Rail. He goes inboard, gives it to Tommy Toma. He's got it at half back for the Dogs. Centre of the ground, good kick. Here they come. Oh, Adam Baird! He was dragged down from behind. How many of those have we seen today? You need eyes in the back of your head. Free kick, Bloods. They go long, up towards half forward. It's all Dogs, taken away by the 200 game man there. Clayton Anderson, hand pass wide, got it to Geary, got it to Dorrington. Dorrington goes inboard, got it to Tracy. Tracy goes across the ground to Coe. They're going sideways, the Dogs. He goes further across the ground. Now they've got it at half back. First kick over the centre, and the mark is taken down there by Dorrington.
Dorrington's been everywhere too, Jock, in the last 4 or 5 minutes. He's been pretty good.
Like the Leyland brothers.
They are. He'll be invited to
do you
play
remember
on.
them?
Yeah, absolutely I do. It was short in the direction of Adam Baird. He made him work. Now on half forward for the Dogs. It's a congested bit of play. Right half forward. The umpire will throw it up. Swimming pool side. Right half forward for the Dogs. Kicking to the Barnard Street end, which is against what we say is a 2-goal breeze. Compston wins the tap in the direction of Toma. He picks it up, goes to the back door to Tracy. Again to a back door to a teammate who'll go short looking for Geary. But Whelan gave a push to Geary, and again he's just racking up the possessions, and off the wing outer side will have a free kick. Now Geary. He'll go long and deep. Can't find a teammate. Bartels was there, he couldn't grab it. Now Whelan receives the ball for the Bloods. It's a short pass, and he finds Leroy Miller on the outer side wing.
I'll tell you what they're both doing at the moment, Johnny. No one's taking care of the corridor, are they?
No.
They're going wide, wide, wide. Kick towards right at half forward. Thumped away. Good defence, Dogs. They've got numbers at ground level as they run away through Toma. Little kick was good to Baird. He got it back to Toma. Inside forward 50 for the Dogs. Poor kick. Caught behind, and Jake Miller takes the mark in defence for them and clears wide to the outer half-back flank on the swimming pool side.
That's how he goes short to half-back to Bartels. Bartels to Wheel, and they're moving it nicely across half-back. Over the top, that's okay to a teammate who'll come to the wing. Oh, it's a poor kick intercepting. Lowry should have marked it, but he was good enough. He picked it up. He'll put it into the corridor. It was a nervous kick, but it was okay, and finds Tommy Toma. 41 playing 16. It's the Dogs. Short pass by foot to Lowry, and he's pinged by Code. Advantages played for the Bloods. A long ball to half forward. It's Miller, Leroy, an awkward looking kick inside forward 50, but it's all with the Dogs. Now Golden Square will send a long kick to half back, and Geary, broadcast side, takes a contested mark for possession number 58.
No. And you would have thought he was on his distance. Meanwhile, the Dogs take it, and again they go wide, laterally. Sean Young's got it. Goes towards half forward. Johnson on a long lead, couldn't take the mark. Bloods win it back. Kick to Whelan, and he marks between half back and centre. The Bloods need to settle down. They're playing a bit frantic at the moment. Kick up towards half forward. No target found. Loose ball. Who can run onto it? Dogs with good numbers in defence. It's worked backwards in the direction of Fall. He doesn't. Keeps his feet. Goes back, and a mark is taken by Tracy. I think it might be on the outer side.
Yep,
Tracy and Humphrey both have the same hair, Normie.
they have.
Well, they both got hair, Normie.
Humphrey's
He
got
goes-
the dark blue.
Plenty of it.
He goes wide to the wing outer side, marking contest. No one could take it. Good work, Co. Got out a hand pass. Teammate, though, was collared, pinged, turned over. Bloods a chance on the wing outer side, hemmed in. They get a hand pass, inboard. Stolen by Jack Geary again. He got out a hand pass. Here come the Dogs. Kick inside forward 50. Up they go. No one could take the mark. Close to the boundary line. It's kicked off the ground towards a vacant goal square. Who'll get there first? Dogs will kick out of the air, and it's going to be a full pointer. That was terrific work down there. That might have
Braden
been
Welsh.
Braden Welsh, it was. There was no one there. They were all charging back, and he just hacked it out of the air, Normie.
He
So
has.
another one to the Dogs against the runner play for the Bloods, one that South didn't need. South are 2-4-16, and Square go to 7-5-47. 10 gone, second term, thanks to Kangaroo Flat Storage.
Yeah, South are getting plenty of the football through the midfield, but they've got to keep their structure in their forward line. They've got too many people moving up, making it easy for Golden Square to have third man up.
Back in the middle now, it'll be Code against Compston. Code won that occasion. He found a teammate in Whelan, but the umpire said, I'm going to adjudicate here, give it to me, and I'll throw it up again, smack bang in the middle of a QEO. The sun is trying to poke its head through. Perfect conditions here at the QEO. Compston jumped about a week too early and he didn't win it. Code did. Gives it to a teammate. That was with Taggart. They'll send it wide to a teammate. Now comes inboard looking for Harvey, who took a strong contested mark against Anderson, which is no mean feat. And
Good work by Code. You mentioned it in the centre, Johnny.
yeah, now Harvey, that's a poor kick. Tommy Walters now intercepted that footy for the Dogs. He'll send it to the wing to Compston. Gave it neatly by hand to Young. Hand pass back to Compston, back to Anderson. They're moving it nicely by hand. Now Anderson goes wide and finds Johnson on the far centre wing position. 47 playing 16. It's the Dogs.
He's a long train ride from home. Johnston goes backwards. I think it's Much he's given it to, who marks it half back, and he goes backwards again for the Dogs. Kicks it in towards William Lee, who plays on. Scrappy kick was touched, so the Dogs mucking around, goes back to Lee. Now he goes to half back, finds a target in Humphrey. What a funny old fellow, plays on. Hand pass over the top to Coe is good. Works back to Humphrey, got it from Keating. He goes towards half forward, and in front the mark is taken by Adam Baird.
Oh, he's sore, is he?
Yeah.
He hit the ground bad, but he's getting up okay. See, they're not direct, the Dogs. They're
No.
really playing roundabout footy.
Keep your eye on that, Normie.
He landed on that knee when he went down.
Not,
left
not
knee.
all that good, Adam
No.
Baird. He's limping. They're helping him off the ground, and Keating will take the ball on the wing for the Dogs. Kicks long, inside forward 50. Geary up in front. Couldn't take the mark. Got the crumb. Got it to Welch for the Dogs. Centering kick. Danger here for the Bloods defence. In they go. Whelan creates a spoil. Got it to a teammate who was tackled, but he got rid of it towards the centre of the ground. Chance for Leroy Miller. Can he take it? He can't. Too many Dogs players. They work it over in the direction of Walters. His hand pass was intercepted. Loose ball, centre of the ground. They go backwards, the Dogs. That's okay. Tomer's got some space. Picks it up, goes laterally and finds a teammate. And the mark is taken by Much.
Much now with the football. He decides to send it long into the pocket. He'll be looking for Johnson. Up they fly. Nolder did well defensively. Ends up with the football. Hand pass to a player in Harvey who has had a bit of it for the Bloods. Harvey on the foot looking for Leroy Miller. He's got support by a teammate who did extremely well. A long ball to the goal square. Bouncing footy. Off break. Minor score. So a quick movement of play there by the Bloods. 2-5-17 trailing Golden Square 7-5-47. 13 in the second thanks to Bendigo Bulk Carpets. Bendigo's Fresh FM.
Dogs kick out. That's good. Young Walters takes the mark, goes to half back. Got it to Welsh, goes over the top, finds a teammate, Tomer. He's been good so far. He gives it towards Thrum, whose long left foot kick in the Geary direction was spoilt at the back. Chance for the Dogs at ground level. Whistle on play. And the umpire says, Normie,
Free kick to South. Over the shoulder.
over the shoulder, Zach Hare to take it right on defensive 50 in the South Social Room's pocket.
Adam Baird's distressed too, boys, I think.
Yeah.
You keep your eye on him. Now, South Bendigo, oh, it's a poor kick. Compston was there, shovels it in the direction of a teammate in Jake Thrum, who will just step into an open goal and put it straight through the middle. Defensive work there, the Bloods, they got caught napping. So Golden Square go to 8-5-53, South Bendigo 2-5-17. 14 in the second, thanks to Aussie Disposals. We take you inside local sport on Bendigo's Fresh FM.
Some of their choices of where to kick the footy this year, they just unforced skilled errors all over the ground, particularly going forward as well. If you're doing that against a soft side,
Yes, that's right. You can't do that going back into the corridor in the back pocket.
it's not just there, it's been all around the ground this second term. We've had plenty of
I was just watching Adam Baird. He's trying to walk it out.
Yeah, right knee.
Went past brother Travis, and the old man's there, Bunner. They might have to get Bunner on the ground, Big Billy. Meanwhile, it's kicked inside forward 50 for the Bloods. No one could take it. It's over the line and out of bounds for a throw-in.
Blood season's just starting to head towards the gurgle. They need to do something in the next half of footy, or they're all over for the final series, aren't they?
There was a good defensive punch there before by William Lee. He was caught out of position.
So throw in, forward 50 for South. Up they go. Code got it to the front, but it was taken away by Walters. He's been good, the kid. Kicked long up towards the wing. Compson, the big fella, went down, got it, then couldn't control it. Turned over. Chance for the Bloods. Grandstand side. Picked up down there by Hindle. Oh, he's in trouble. Gets it short. Just probably the distance. And a mark's taken by Bartels, who kicks back long inside forward 50 to a nest of Dogs defenders, and co-marks at halfback.
Yeah, it's terrible.
He kicked to a small forward that's got 4 backmen against it.
Yeah, as
A forward that can't mark over his head.
I reckon it's a pack of dogs as opposed to a nest of dogs as well, Jock, as the ball goes to the wing. Up flies Compton, but numbers are with the Bloods. A good, strong contested mark out of side
Rogerson.
to Rogerson. Rogerson sends it inside forward 50, looking for Leroy Miller. Bouncing footy. Harvey's in the area, but it's Anderson with a big gamer today. It's sent long into the middle now by the Dogs. Donegan was the intended target. However, Miller picks it up by foot and then sends it again long. Inside forward 50. Dogs are everywhere. Picked up there by Humphrey. Humphrey short, goes to Geary.
Good kick.
And he's to defensive zone. He'll send it wide and look for Johnson, who's by himself.
So Tracy went down to Johnson, who's getting further from full forward. He's marked just outside defensive 50. Plays on, long kick to half forward, not well directed. And the mark is taken by Jake Miller at halfback for South. He's had a crack, goes inboard to Whelan, who marks. Whelan goes wide and backwards to Bartels. He takes it, plays on, got 2 to beat, ran around both of them, then goes with another little pass to the centre of the ground. So now can South set something up? They need to. This is where they've been breaking down. They pop it up high towards half forward, plenty up. Nobody could take it effectively. It's crumbed by the Dogs. In fact, it was Johnson, kicked back to the centre of the ground. He couldn't find a teammate. Off the deck, it was hand passed out by Rosengren. Whistle on play. Golden Square free kick between centre and half forward.
Donegan on the left, you look for Compton. Compton may give a bit of a push, but umpire let him get away with it. Nathan Fall had the footy. But now it's the Bloods off half-back. A long kick. There's just Dogs everywhere. Walters had front position. Leroy Miller did well, but Walters backed up his own football. He sent a handball wide and just put it over the boundary line. Yeah, they need to do something, so up they go in the ruck here. It's good, hard, strong work by Keating, who did the ruck work for the Dogs.
Normally, Johnson, where's he playing? It looks like Compton's playing at full forward.
Yeah, I think Johnson's having a bit of a run in the ruck.
Well, Keating's in the ruck, isn't he? He contested the last one. See if he can find where he's going. I reckon he's loose in defence. Meanwhile, the Bloods have got it at half forward. They can't find a teammate. Tracy gets it. It went to Coe. Coe goes back to Thrum. Thrum from defensive 50, a worm burner. Can he find Welsh? He can. On the grab. He's picked it up. Well done. Goes to Humphrey. Humphrey runs through half-back. Has a bounce. Hand pass to the wing. Gets a teammate. Rosengren. Back to Humphrey. Dogs inside forward 50. Compton up in front. Couldn't take the mark. Brought to ground level. Under the pump now is the defence of the Bloods, but they might get out of trouble. Taken by Howe. He goes to the centre of the ground. Straight to Dylan Johnson on his own. He marks. Goes back to half forward. Mark is taken by Tommy Tomer at half forward. Plays on. Long to the goal square. Up they go. Thumped away by the Bloods defence over the line, out of bounds for a throw-in.
Yeah, and young Tommy Walters. Young Tommy Walters has been getting a lot of hands on his footy, a lot of little gives by hand, so doing extremely well. Now Shark, the footy was Braden Welsh. He goes on the left and it's poor. He puts it out of bounds on the full. Zaya Miller free kick. The ball went 6 rows back. It was out of bounds on the full. Now Miller deep in his defensive zone. He'll send it long. An intended target will be Brereton. Up they fly there. Bartels is there. They've got the numbers here. The Bloods, good defensive work, however, by Keating. Offering support was Fall. He received a handball. He went to Dorrington. Dorrington short, and it was a poor kick to the Bloods, and they'll relieve off half back and send it wide to Brock Harvey.
So Harvey's got some space, grabs the ball on the wing, out of sight. Kick to half forward to a leading Brad Wright, wasn't good. Numbers with the Dogs, picked up by Anderson, goes short, good kick. Finds a teammate. The Dogs go laterally again to Tracy. He marks. He's got space, runs to the centre of the ground. Then Code locks him up. He goes short, gives it to Compston. His kick was smothered. Ball still loose, centre of the ground. Bloods win it back. Wobbly old ball as it goes towards the boundary at half forward. They try and run it down. The Dogs might get there first. They will. Through Tommy Toma. Popped up a little kick, was good. And Donegan takes the mark between centre and centre wing.
He's been good. He'll go short by foot. Finds a teammate in much off half back. He'll send it wide. Laterally to Marciano. Now they'll go wide again. Almost the reverse horseshoe there. But no, I like it. You know I do. William Lee who sends it wide.
Not a good kick.
And it's a poor kick there, Jock. He's put it out of bounds on the full. Now receiving the football will be Hare. Hare for the Bloods, inside forward 50. Body work there by Johnson. Didn't do well at all. Now it is with the Dogs off half back. It's a good bit of work to Tracy, who gives it to a teammate who will kick it long.
Sigh of relief for Dogs fans because Adam Baird looks like he's moving pretty well now on the sidelines. In fact, I reckon he'll come back on the ground shortly. The Dogs, though, they've got it inside forward 50. Long kick, vacant goal square, bouncing ball. Pressure's on the Bloods' defence. Can they get out of trouble? Bloods player took it, stepped over the line out of bounds, and it'll be thrown back into play deep in Square's forward pocket. Fair enough. Here at South Bendigo, 2-5-17, trailing Golden Square 8-5-53. 22 minutes gone, second term.
Dogs are about 48 metres out from goal. Let's see what they can do with this footy. Tracking the ball there was Much, did pretty well. Umpire let it go. It picked up by the player in Humphrey with that hair into the goal square, and it's kicked out of the air by, I reckon it's Tommy Toma, who just socketed it by the looks of it, put it through, and the Dogs extend the lead to, they go to 9-5-59. South Bendigo 2-5-17. 22 and a half in the second, thanks to Kangaroo Flat Storage on Bendigo's Fresh FM.
Yes, Golden Square are more composed when they've got the football. They're spotting up too much. They're prepared to run. The South Bendigo boys aren't running to contests. We've got 2 and 3 Golden Square against 1 South Bendigo, and if you're not prepared to run, then you haven't got a chance of getting the football.
Well, their work going into the forward line's been atrocious.
Scheisenhausen, yep.
They've won themselves enough opportunities and blown most of them from the ball up. And it's the Dogs out of the centre going through Jack Geary. Goes to half forward to Donegan. Geary goes past, takes the hand pass, gets the lead into the pocket from Toma. Can't find him. Loose ball. Bloods in defence now. Kick high across the body to a contest. It's a Dogs mark just outside forward 50. And down there it's Rocky Marciano who's taken the ball.
Marciano with a footy. He goes short by foot. That's okay. He'll find a teammate in Fall. He's told to play on a half forward. He does. He'll send it long into a goal square. They set themselves. Howe did well defensively for the Bloods. Enables a teammate to swoop on the footy and send it in the direction of Jade Sheehan. A whistle on play. He was offended against, and he'll get a free kick in his defensive zone. Broadcast side, just touching his lip to see if he drew blood. He didn't. Blood from the Bloods. This is Sheen now, an awkward looking ball. That's okay to half back to Whelan. Whelan will look to go inboard to Taggart. Finds him. Taggart now in the middle. We look to build something here for the Bloods. Long inside forward 50. Wright was a 2-on-1 contest. He lost, and taking a mark was William Lee.
So the Dogs move it across the ground again. The mark's taken by Welsh. Plays on. Gets support from Anderson, who runs past it. Halfback goes with a little hand pass to Much. Goes back to a teammate. Might have been one too many. The Dogs. Player caught with the footy. Umpire says ball up. half forward for South Bendigo, outer side. Well, the Bloods, boy, could they do with one or two before half time, just to give themselves something to hang their hat on during the long break. There's the ball up at half forward, hit down. Look at the Dogs, their defence has been sensational. They get it again, back towards the wing, outer side. Chasing it down there was Fall. He's been okay. Got it to a teammate, Adam Baird, back on the ground. Takes it, goes long to half forward, but he can't find a teammate. Blood's a chance. Miller runs out of defence, backs himself. 2 bounces, goes long inside forward 50, over the top. No one can take the mark. 40 out from the south goal. They won't get one. There's the bell. Long break at the Queen Elizabeth Oval, and the Bloods with plenty to do. They're 2-5-17 at half-time, trailing Golden Square 9-5-59.
2-5-17, and in the HDFL it is Leachville 12, 9, 81, LBU 1, 2, 8. Start of the third term, here's the most experienced one, Jock Clark.
Means old. Ball up, centre of the ground, but thank you for that anyway. Up they go. Code in ruck. Compson got up high. Won it down. Take out important. Kick off the ground. Favours the Dogs. They get it to half forward. Ball's in dispute. Code goes in, picks it up. They tackle him. Ball spurts out. Taken by the Dogs. High kick. Won't be a mark. Went straight up in the air. Thumped away by Compston. Just outside forward 50 for Square. Taken down there in defence by Hindle for South. He's locked up in a tackle and the umpire will ball it up.
Also in the Heathcote League, thanks to Joel Peterson, White Hills 14-7-91 and Mount Pleasant 5-3-33.
So ball up, the Dogs at half forward. Compston again, 3 big hit outs in the first minute of this third term. But again, it went to a pack. No one could get it out and the umpire will ball it up again. Right on forward 50. The last thing the Bloods need is the Dogs to get an early one in this second half. Compston again up high, got it. Taken by Whelan. Kick partially smothered. It's worked towards the centre of the ground. though. Bartels takes it, gets through the traffic. Good work for the Bloods. Puts it out in front of Isaiah Miller. Can he run onto it? He can. Got around a square defender, then kicked into the man in front of him. So it's just outside forward 50 for the Bloods. Taken by Miller again. Wobbles it into the forward pocket. Got it to Harvey. Can he find a teammate? He can't. Front of the goal square, right takes it. He's tackled to the ground and the umpire is going to ball it up. 25 out from South's goal.
Under pressure here, the Golden Square boys. Let's see what they do with the footy. 30 from goal. Golden Square, it is Constant doing the ruck work. He thumps it into a paddock. Norton is there for the Bloods. Oh, there's a Golden Square player who's laying on his back and he just banged it on his boot. Now it's on half forward, tracking the footy. There is Marciano of the Dogs. He's on half back, picked up there by Wheel now of the Bloods on half forward. He goes short to Connaughton by foot, too far out to score. He'll send it long into a goal square. Nobody home except for the Dogs through Jonathan Coe. Probably didn't look there, Normie.
No.
It was a poor kick.
Had blokes leading up to him and went long.
Leroy Miller's got it on 50 though. He'll go short and look for Brock Harvey, who led hard and took a good strong mark in front of his eyes. 35 out from goal on a 45-degree angle.
Well, this is kickable and he's got to kick it. Simple as that.
Yeah, good young player, Brock Harvey, since crossing from Golden Square has been a good inclusion. Son of the dark side, Steve Harvey, guitarist. Let's see what he does as a footballer. You know Steve Harvey, don't you, for Dark Side? Absolutely. Yep. This is his son. Let's see what he does with the footy. He does poorly and puts it through for a minor score. 2-6-18. The Bloods, 9-5-59 Golden Square. 3 minutes in the third, thanks to Aussie Disposals, as we take you inside local sport on Bendigo's Fresh FM.
First score of the second half was a little one to the Bloods. They need big ones. The kick out okay to a contest. Golden Square mark. Just outside defensive 50, Coe it was. Hands off to Jack Geary. Geary comes down the wing. Grandstand side and a good mark to the Dogs. Taken by Rosengren. Waste no time. Hand pass off. Got it over in the direction of Thumb. The running Thrum. Kicks it towards half forward for the Dogs. Up they go. Loose ball. Chance for them down there through to Lowry. Can he keep it in? He can. Back to Thrum. He had just fisted it back over his head. It's kicked to outside defensive 50, but the Dogs have got a wall. They go to Rosengren. He goes inside forward 50 again. 20 from Square's goal. Work backwards. Taken by Hare in defence for the Bloods. He goes wide. Gee, it wasn't taken by Leroy Miller. He's lost it. Dogs get it back. Kick into the goal square. There's no one home. It's all Bloods in defence. backs to the wall, but they'll get out of trouble.
Hindle, it was an ugly ball. He tried for the top and it was no good. Welsh of the Dogs marked it on forward 50 now. He'll send it long into the goal square. Overrunning the footy there was Marciano. He'll now back up his own football. Won it, then lost it, but he's battling really hard. Good work in there by the young man who's tied up, and the Bloods, you could sense the pressure as the umpire will throw it up 20 out from goal.
Unlucky not to get a free kick there, Marciano. He had Hare tackled, had the arm pinned, and Hare just held on to the football.
Deep into the forward line for the Dogs. They are leading 59-18. Toma received the football. He'll go around the body into the goal square. Thrummer's there, but a good mark has been taken defensively by Nolder. Nolder of the Bloods, a short pass by foot to Whelan, which is okay, still deep in the defensive zone. He's in the back pocket, right near the scoreboard. He'll look to send it long beyond 50 down the swimming pool side. Now he does. It's a 60-metre ball, and it's a poor kick, and it goes out of bounds on the full. And geez, you don't need that, and a free kick's going to be taken by Reece Much.
Yeah, no, that was a bad turnover. So the Dogs have got another opportunity. Kick and a half from goal. They've got the breeze in this third term, and both sides playing. Johnny, you can tell they know the first goal means a lot in this third term. High kick, inside forward 50 off hands, over and out of bounds, and another throw in deep in the forward pocket for the Dogs. So it's 2-6-18 South, 9-5-59 Square, 5.5 gone third term. That is thanks to Aussie Disposals.
Umpire hurls it back in. Code does the ruck work now. Under pressure. Dogs picked up there by Rosengren, who went around the body quickly and put it through for a minor. So what's that? That takes Golden Square to 9-6-60. The Bloods 2-6-18. 6 in the third, thanks to Choices Flooring Bendigo Bulk Carpets on Bendigo's Fresh FM.
So Miller goes short, brings it back into play. That's okay. And gives it to Hare in the back pocket. He goes back to Miller, who's 1 metre out from fullback from the goal he's defending. Don't know what they get out of that. And he's back under the pump. Hasn't even got as much room as he had when he kicked out. He goes across the ground again and gives it to Jake Miller, who's back next to the fence. Player on the marks on the boundary line. Miller has to kick high to get over the player on the mark. And it's kicked straight to half-back where Coe is the only player that flies, and he takes the mark. Johnny Coe at half-forward for the Dogs. Goes long into the goal square at the back, off hands, and through for a minor score. Every player in the ground in one half.
That's right, Jock. I was just about to say that. There's nobody in South Bendigo's forward line. They're all forward of the centre, although Brad Wright has dropped back now.
Dogs to 9-7, Bloods at 2-6, 7 gone, third term.
Isaiah Miller sent it long beyond 50. He was looking for Cam Taggart, and the ball comes off hands. No, it's a free kick that's going to be given for too high. It'll go to Nick Howe of the Bloods in his defensive zone. He'll now come and look for Whelan. Whelan got a lot of hands on that football but couldn't mark it, offering support at teammates. They just can't get it out here, the Bloods. Ground level, big Leroy Miller did a lot of hard work, but umpire decides to throw it up. True centre wing position, outer side of the ground, swimming pool side. The sun pokes through the clouds here at the QEO. Dale Lowry was at the bottom of that pack as Constant just punched it in the direction of Will Keck, the opposition player there for the Bloods. It's now kicked to half forward. Running hard after the football is Welsh for the Dogs. They are on half back here now. Dogs in the direction of Humphrey. Couldn't get it. Offering support was in fact Tracy, and another whistle on play. So on right half forward, it is the Bloods. They need 3 or 4 in a row because it's 61 playing 18. 8 minutes in the third. Thanks to Aussie Disposals as we take you inside local sport on Bendigo's Fresh FM.
Yeah, it's an arm wrestle to start of this third term. Ball up, Compston hits it 20 metres, Dog's way to a teammate who throws it on the boot and gets it to half forward. Jakey Thrum's got it there, turned the right way, got space, goes to full forward. Johnson lost his opponent and takes a mark. 25 out, 45-degree angle, and Big Dill will go back and have a shot at goal. It's not a big Dill, that's just what's short for Dylan. Is that all right?
I thought Dill was a herb.
It is.
It is, absolutely it is.
Yeah,
No
it is. Not a bad herb
You
either.
didn't want to call him Jono, you went with the big Dill?
Johnson's kicked 3 so far. Comes in. Can he steer? No, he can't. He's pushed it wide. Through for a minor score. Let off for the Bloods. Dogs go to 9-8-62. South at 2-6-18. 8.5, nearly 9 minutes gone, third term, thanks to Kangaroo Flat Storage.
Isaiah Miller, he's doing all the kicking in this afternoon for the Bloods.
He'll get
Sunshine.
He'll get a dead leg if he keeps going.
He keeps touching it on his boot and playing onto the outer side and does it again. He'll send it long beyond 50 to a big pack of players. 49 metres out, but it's going to come back the other way. Captain Jack Geary ended up with a footy and put it on the boot and put it through. Wow, just methodical, easy as you like. Captain Jack Geary pops through the 10th for Golden Square. That is his second. So 10-8, 68 Dogs. Bloods 2-6-18, 9.5 in the third. Thanks to Kangaroo Flat Storage as we take you inside local sport on Bendigo's Fresh FM.
And how nonchalant was that from Jack Geary? Just took the ball out of the air, took 2 steps to steady and put it through. As soon as he kicked it, he knew it was through and just showed, just stamped his class on this game.
Normie's Captain Jack, did he change his boots at half-time?
He's got white ones
He's
on.
got white ones on there. He may well have, yes.
Immaculately white too, may I add.
Just leave it with you, boys, to pick these things up. What you're getting the money for. Ball up, centre of the ground. Gain taken by Geary. Throws it on the boot. Goes laterally towards the wing. Grandstand side. No one could take the mark. Cohen Bellnose works hard for the Bloods. Couldn't get it out. Too many Dogs players. They take it. Throw it on the boot. Towards the centre of the ground. Chance for them down there. Marciano. Good pick up. Swept out a wide hand pass to a teammate who dropped what he should have taken. Might open the door for the Bloods. Bellnose goes in and works hard. He can't pick it up. Dogs again can. They force it towards half forward. Down there running towards the ball, Leroy Miller. In fact, it wasn't. It was Jake Miller. And he's forced over the line when the ball be thrown back into play just outside the Dogs' forward 50-metre arc.
Like lumbering giants they were, him and Compton, as Compton does the ruck work against Code. Overrunning the footy was Bartels, who's been a little bit quiet in this last term and a half. Code at ground level as well to Isaiah Miller. His kick just went into a pack of players. It was smothered. Now it's Marciano. Severe handball in the direction of Captain Jack Geary. Now the ball comes hurriedly beyond 50 for the Bloods. They need to be careful, but tracking the football there was Welch. He did cleverly. He went to Donegan by hand, to Marciano by hand. He's caught. Donegan again. Swooped on his own ball. Now sends it long to the goal square. They'll set themselves. Johnson, front and centre, did well there, was Hare for the Bloods, and now they did okay and they'll send it beyond 50.
Oh, they got a chance at half-back, but the South player was run down. The cavalry arrived. Dorrington got there. Went without the football. Chance for Leroy Miller. Can he get it? He can. Goes with a little toe park to half-forward. Finds a teammate. So now the Bloods can set something up. They've got it at half-forward. Pool side of the ground. They take their time. Now it's a long kick to a contest. Up they go. No one could take the mark. 30 out from the Bloods goal. They go to ground. Umpire lets them play. Might be a chance for the Dogs to squirt it out. Umpire's picked out a free kick. And it'll go to Golden Square.
It was 1 on 3.
So Dorrington will take the free kick for the square in the back pocket.
Dorrington now, he's just taking his time. Now he'll send it to the outer side wing and he'll be looking for Adam Baird, who's been quiet after hurting his knee. Squirted over the top. It was ugly but effective to Anderson. Then he went by by hand to Young. Now it's a long ball up onto the wing looking for Johnson. But the Bloods with Isaiah Miller, it was a clever kick in the direction of Bartels. There's a little cute in the end. Donegan swooped on it. Now 70 out from goal. A short pass to a leading hard Compton who jumped. He had to jump, but he was good enough and took a mark 35 out. Not much of an angle. Oh, he's got Thrum breaking from him into the open goal square. Poor defensive work by Bloods. Thrum pops it through. Isn't that a coach killer? 11-8, 74. Bloods 2-6-18. 13 in the third. Thanks to Choices Flooring, Bendigo Bowl Carpets, as we take you inside local sport on Bendigo's Fresh FM.
Yes, as that ball went forward, Thrum ran from the centre square, ran into the goal square, and no South Bendigo player went with him. Left Compton with an easy kick over the top, and Thrum made no mistake out of the square.
Bloods players might be glad that the coach hasn't got his crutches anymore, because I reckon he'd be tempted to spear a couple of them if he did have. That was ordinary. That was ordinary.
That was very ordinary. They just let players run.
Yeah, exactly. What did Crackers Keenan once say? They were going so bad at North they played a practice match and the Witches Hats won. Ball up, centre of the ground. Umpire's picked out a free kick. Aaron Connaughton will take it for the Bloods. Goes wide, good kick, finds a teammate. Mart taken. Out of side, Belnaves has got it. Pops up a little pass, gets a lead from right. Went over his head. Dogs with the numbers in defence. Taken down there and kicked out of defence towards the wing. Out of side. Bloods here get it back though. They work it inboard. Taken down there by Sheehan. He pops up a little pass across the ground. Good mark. Taken by Hindle. Plays on. Then doesn't know where to go. Goes across the ground. Goes back to Hare. Where did he come from? He was down back a minute ago and now Hare's got it right on forward 50. Probably a fraction too far out. He doesn't know where to go. He looks one way, then the other. Then goes with a little kick just the distance, directly across the ground. Got it to Sheehan. Sheehan goes across the ground again. He's found a teammate who's taken a mark, and that's Cam Taggart. So Cam Taggart's got it and will shoot for goal. Player in the mark's probably 40 out, so Taggart's got to kick at 45. Bit of an angle and an opportunity. Well, at least they got the shot on goal, didn't they? They used it. So you're probably right. In he comes. Shot on goal from Cam Taggart. Might be all right, it is. Better build-up, better result. Bloods get their third on the board.
Yes.
So Taggart popping that one through.
That's exactly the kind of build-up we've been talking about, not
That,
chipping it and having some spree in their forward line so
yeah, and having a bit of patience. They had a bit of patience. They waited, found a bit of space, and in the end found somebody well within distance. And as you say, he probably wasted his first opportunity. He had a player in the social club forward pocket, but it came out all right in the end.
Back to a 50-point margin in the middle of the ground. Umpire throws it up. Keating doing the ruck work for the Dogs. Norton swooped on the football, gave it to Miller, hand pass Whelan. He fell over, just shoveled it out to Norton. Norton by hand against to Johnson. Geez, they're
Somebody
making
kick it.
some hard work, but Whelan's kick is smothered, but it's still with the Bloods. Whelan again, now shovels it out. An awkward ball is in the direction of Keck. Couldn't find him. Oh, it's ugly footy out on the outer side of the ground. Do something, someone, and pick it up and do something decent. As the umpire still lets it go. Still ugly ball, outer side of the ground. Now it's the Dogs. They'll bring it inboard, and a mark's been taken to fall.
Thank goodness. Fall goes directly across the ground. Man of the moment takes it. Anderson. He's got space. Plays on. Goes high to half forward. Can he find a target? Welch couldn't take the mark. Recovered well though. Got it. Hand pass to a teammate over the top. Dogs have got some numbers at half forward. Oh no, good tackle. South player comes in. Lays a good tackle. Holds it up. It's Hindle. Is it Hindle? No, it's not.
Howe.
It is Howe. And Howe's got the free kick for the Bloods at half-back. Oh, he retreats all the way back deep inside defensive 50 and gives it to Nalder, who comes back out and gives it to Daniel Johnston. Haven't seen a lot of him today. Goes across the ground and finds a teammate. So Bloods mark, still inside defensive 50, popped up with a little pass, in danger, turned over, taken by Geary from 50 for the Dogs, goes for home. Can't get excited. You just expect it from Captain Jack, and he's put it through for another one.
beautiful kick off the bench right to distance. Good. Again, it was a turnover by South Bendigo across half-back and end result, not a lot of pressure on.
Not a lot of pressure, Wallace, and unfortunately for South Bendigo, when they're doing these chip passes around, they're giving the ball too much air. It's allowing the Golden Square opponent to come over the top, get the ball to ground, and when they get it to ground, they're running in 2s, 3s and 4s.
Yeah, they overpossessed the football on the outer side of the ground there before. It was ugly by the Bloods. And they coughed it up in the end as Daniel Johnson is doing the ruck work for the Bloods. But winning the ball was Keating again. Let's see what the Dogs can do at the defensive side of the circle. They'll do it well because they'll get a free kick at the bottom of the pack.
What this shows up is South's lack of personnel for injuries really starting to take effect.
Toma, he got the footballer, he received it, and then on the left it was beautiful delivery, silver service to Jack Geary on half forward. He now goes short. Oh, he's probably mucked this one up, Captain Jack, his first error of the afternoon.
Get
Went
him
to
off.
Hare
Get him
of
off.
the Bloods, kicks it up to the true centre wing position, outer side of the ground, picked up there by Will Keck. He has a bounce. Now he'll go long, inside forward 50, looking for Highwood, who took a nice strong mark.
It's got to
but
go back. Whistle
they've
on play.
Coughed it up, have they? It's gone back the other way.
Yeah, something happened off the ball, and it's going to be a Dogs free kick at half-back. Well, there you go. Yeah.
as the ball comes over the top to the wing. Tracking the football was the big fella in Brad Wright. Outer side wing now. They seem to be playing a lot of the ball over the outer side. Daniel Johnson offers support. Baird is there. Wasn't quite good enough on that occasion. Highwood, he goes short by foot. He finds a teammate. Let's see what they do with this footy. Picked up by Miller. Miller now inside forward 50. A good hard lead by Leroy Miller, who takes a chest mark 48 from goal. Now, Leroy Miller, he's a bit unsure. He's got Howe if he wants him, elects to take him. Probably just sharpened the angle, if anything. Still a long way out from goal. He's got a player breaking for him in the forward pocket. He honours that lead. And a mark's been taken by Rogerson. This is Rogerson. He goes short. Again, over-possessing the footy. The Dogs have it off half-back, and they're going to cough it up the Bloods.
Kick towards Marciano on the wing. Couldn't get the mark, but he picked it up beautifully off the ground and goes short to Captain Jack Geary. Geary now goes towards half-forward. Player on a good long lead. Comes out and takes the mark. Player down here's Rosengren. Too far from goal. Rosengren's got it. Oh, goes across the ground. Went to Donegan. Missed him. Goes back. Dorrington. Back to Rosengren, who leaves it. And the mark's taken down there for the Bulldogs by Walters. That was Ringarosi football. Back where they started 4 possessions later. But Walters from half forward goes inside forward.
Lovely
50.
kick.
Great kick. Good lead. Space opened up. And the mark's taken by Rocky Marciano.
Yeah,
He goes with a short kick to Toma. Thumped away. Good defence, Bloods. Ball's 45 out from the Dogs' goal. Bloods' defence under the pump. Player picks it up. Locked up in a tackle.
I know you're frustrated with that final with the player set, but that build up the spine. It was a final kick to Brett Wright. It was just over his head. And it had been a bit low, he would have marked and shot on goal. I don't think there was a lot wrong with that other than the execution of the final kick.
I just sense they're over-possessing the footy. That's just 1 or 2 kicks too many. That's what I'm frustrated about.
Ball up. It's in the forward pocket for the Dogs. Bloods' defence. Scramble it out of the danger zone only momentarily. And Coe has taken the mark at half forward.
He goes to in direction of a teammate in
good
Dale
mark.
Lowry. Took a good strong mark out, 60 out from goal. Rosengren offered a really hard lead. He honoured it. It was at his ankles. Did well by hand to Jack Geary, who was under immense pressure, and even Jack Geary wasn't good enough to get out of that. He was all bound up, 38 out from goal. Yeah, just that frustration there, Wallace, of that over-possession of the football. Yeah, well, you're right, but yeah, you could sense it as Howe now. Again, short by foot in the direction of Sheen, who took a mark. Strong contested. Broadcast side on his defensive arc of 50. He's looking to square it up into the middle, then decides, well, it's kind of into the middle, it's okay, and finds Highwood. He's off left half back now. He'll come short. Well, he ignored a lead from Keck because Keck was flat-footed, decided to play the corridor, and here we come through Sheen. He received a handball now, send it wide in the direction of Big Code. Code couldn't grab the football, lost his footing, and the Dogs will maintain possession of the football. Toma to Thrum, neat handball. Thrum a cheeky bounce, 58 out from goal. Long looking for a teammate, and there was nobody home. It was just vacant paddock, bouncing footy over the line. Will have a throw in.
Yeah, wasteful, silly kick. Where was that to?
Yeah, nobody.
I think the bounce put him under pressure. He probably should just kick before the bounce.
Yeah. So the ball to be thrown back in, deep in the forward pocket for the Dogs. 80 plays 24, square in front. There's the throw in, shallow one. Code got it to the front, found a teammate, but he was locked up in a tackle, and the umpire's going to ball it up 10 metres out from the Dogs' goal. It is 3-6-24 South. 12-8-80 Golden Square. 23 minutes gone, third term. Up they go. Ball. Chance for the Dogs. Oh, kick at goal was smothered by Keating. It ricocheted. South throw it on the boot. Clear defensive 50. Loose to the outer side. Players from both sides under the pump. Fight for possession. Ground level. No one can pick it up. No one can keep their feet. Umpire has eventually picked a free kick. And it's going to, I've got no idea. Who's he pointing
Jack Geary.
to? Jack Geary. Well,
Yeah.
Jack was on the bottom of the pack, so Jack's won it. So he's got it. Outside defensive 50. Centering kick to Compton, the big fella marks. probably 52 metres from goal.
Probably hasn't got the leg, you wouldn't think, from there. Now it's an awkward low ball, horrible ball. In fact, Noel just come through like an absolute steam train. He sends it long to the wing. Let's see how they go here. They go all right. Highwood, he now goes to half forward. When I say they go all right, he's kicked it straight to the opposition to Will Lee off half back. So disappointing build up there. Now it's kicked long to the wing. Geary is there. He just tapped the ball neatly into a teammate. Over the top, Thrum did well, but the boundary line was too close and it goes over the line, and doesn't it look like things are going to happen when Jack Geary's in the area. He's in line for best on ground thanks to Jeff and Kelly at the McIver Restaurant and Bar. He's having a super game and influence on this footy. Compston won the tap, then grabbed it, Code of the Bloods. Compston grabbed him, and all tied up. Umpire will throw it up again.
I reckon out at the McIver you could make a cake and put Jack's name on the top of it if he went off now, because he's the dominant player on the ground and has been from the start.
He's going to pick it up here again, Jock. He does easy as you like, then he'll go around the body. It's a long, high ball along the line, and he's found a teammate that did well in Marciano.
He's had a
He'll now
good
come
quarter.
into the corridor, and Tracy came from nowhere and marked it 40 metres out directly in front. So good awareness by both players. He likes his chances here. He decides he's going to line them up to the city end. He'll cross the paint mark of 50. Long, high, ball, straight as a die, through the middle. And this game is over. If it wasn't over a long time ago, it is now. I'm going to go out on a limb, I reckon, now.
Yeah, it's a big call, Johnny. Yeah, they're a bit dodgy. Yeah, that's right.
13-8-86 Dogs. Bloods 3-6-24, 25 and a half in the third, thanks to Kangaroo Flat Storage, as we take you inside local sport on Bendigo's Fresh FM. And I did go out on a limb there, Normie.
You did go out on a limb there, John, but I think 10 goals up, you're fairly safe.
Ball up, centre of the ground, one down again by Compston. He's dominated since half time. Kick off the ground favours the Dogs, up towards half forward. Jakey Thrum, like a terrier, in after the football, can't dig it out. This time, no, and the umpire's going to ball it up. I reckon the Bloods' intensity's dropped off the last 10 minutes.
It has. Like the first 15 minutes of that quarter, Jock, they've done an excellent job. It was only 2 good goals by Geary that got Golden Square on the board.
But now the last 10 minutes, I'm just wondering if they're not going up and down in a one spot.
Yep.
From the ball up was one down to Lowry, he was dragged down in a tackle, and he's given it up. Bloods free kick on defensive 50. Kicked high across the ground to Belknaves, and he's taken the mark. Goes with another little one. Put it into dispute. No, he didn't. Teammate, that was Whelan. Took a good mark. Ooh. Plays on quickly down the wing, grandstand side. Plenty of Dogs players there. Worked out to Geary. Jack again. He goes to half forward. To a marking contest. No one could take it. Bouncing ball. Boundary line wins. It's over and out of bounds for throw-in. Just outside forward 50 for the Dogs.
Well, 86 playing 24. 27 minutes have ticked over in this third term. Let's see if we can get a positive bit of play out of this forward movement, because the Dogs, they're starting to really exert their muscle. Keating did the ruck work for the Dogs. They've just got players everywhere. Adam Baird, who's been relatively quiet, sends it long into the hot spot looking for Johnson. Couldn't find him. Front and centre there was Welsh. He did well. They're sharing it around now though. Thrum gives it there to Young. Young inside a goal square. Fingertipper to Toma. Couldn't grab it. Sees it for a minor score. 13-9-87 Golden Square, 3-6-24 Bloods, 28 in the third on Bendigo's Fresh FM.
Kicked 4 goals in this third term, the Dogs. The Bloods have kicked 1. And the Bloods have got it now in the absolute last line of defence. In fact, they're closer to the tower. He's over the line.
He's nearly at the bar
back to
at the
the
rifle.
fence. Just about. Now he kicks high. 3/4 time at the Queen Elizabeth Oval and Golden Square. 13-9-87, leading the Bloods 3-6-20.
Yeah.
Isn't it what? Here at
It's an 8-goal turnaround.
the QEO better players for the Dogs with Jack Geary, of course, Dale Lowry in that term, Jake Thrum, Keating came into the game, Tommy Walters continued on his way, Braden Welsh impressed with his game, Tommy Toma and Matt Compston. So be disappointed down there at Tigerland. We'll bring you For the start of the last term here is Jock Clark.
Means the Tigers haven't scored while the Hawks kicked 10 straight. Ball up, centre of the ground. That's normally where they start the quarter. And it's the Bloods get it out of the middle towards half forward. South player took it, was wrapped up in a good tackle and has to get rid of it. Chance for Aaron Connaughton, went without the football. They've still got some numbers, worked out by Sheehan. Got it to a teammate, Whelan, throws it on the boot, kicks it into the forward pockets, all dogs. No, in fact, it's a mark to right in front. Well, he had 2 to beat and right in front. Well, he's not right in front, Norm. He's out on an angle, you idiot.
That's right. He was right in front of the pack, though.
And took a good mark. So Brad Wright will line up for goal. Now, he's only got to probably kick at 40, but he's over behind the scoreboard almost. He's such an angle. Starting from outside the boundary line. Right for the Bloods to give them a good start for this final term. Or he's put it through. He has. Brad Wright, that's his second. And the Bloods start the final term with a goal.
And it's a carbon copy to his goal he kicked in the first quarter from the
deep angle.
Deep angle on the swimming pool side, other end of the ground this time. And, you know, it doesn't matter where he is on the ground. It looks as though the goals are an open, wide space for him to put it through. He doesn't seem to have a worry if it's a narrow angle or if it's out in front.
Hasn't really brought the house down from the South fans, though, Norman.
No, it hasn't.
I think one car might have tooted. 13.9.87, Golden Square, 4.6.30 Bloods, 1.5 gone final term.
Code V, Compston in the middle, no clear winner as the ball spills to broadcast side wing. A lot of players around the footy. Umpire allow it to go on, and well, Tomer ended up with a footy somehow. Now he bangs it long to half forward. It's a good long high ball. And looks like Nolder there again that's taken the good grab he has. You mentioned him earlier there, Norm. Goes over to Johnson. Johnson will, well, he looked to dish off to Zach Hare. He decided against it. Now he'll bring it laterally. It's a 60-metre ball to Jake Miller, and it's a dangerous ball. She's offering support. Was okay by Nolder again. Over possessing the football. Are they going to get away with it? They might with Connaughton. Now Connaughton comes to Rogerson. Rogerson in the middle. Takes a chest mark. Let's see if they can build something up here, the Bloods. It'll be a long, high ball. Inside forward 50. They set themselves, and uncontested in the end was Highwood. Takes a mark. 38 directly in front, and he'll line them up for goal.
I'm not sure Highwood set the world on fire this afternoon.
He's been quiet since the first quarter. He had a good first quarter, but he's been absent without leave in the next two.
Look, it was a good build-up in the end, but again, I just sensed that over-possession, you know. They went from side to side. They nearly mucked it up, but they're going to get away with it here. He stabs at the ball. It's a poor delivery. Just made it in the end for a minor. 4.7.31 Bloods, 13.9.87 Dogs. 3-minute last term. Thanks to Kangaroo Flat Storage as we take you inside local sport on Bendigo's Fresh FM.
So Dorrington will bring it back into play for the Dogs. Goes wide to the outer side to a contest. No one could take the mark. Crummers needed. Bloods swoop. Hand pass intercepted by Geary. He got it loose. It's taken by Whelan for the Bloods. Long hand pass backwards. Now they can set up right on the leads. Got it. Good work, Bloods. Gee, they've structured up a couple of times well in the past 5 minutes, last few minutes of the third term, and the start of this final quarter. Wright's taken the mark, 45 metres out on a bit of an angle, and will go back and shoot for goal.
Going around the grounds in the final at the Loddon Valley, 3-quarter time, Bridgewater 8.5.53, Newbridge 6.7.43. Sets up for a big last term out there.
Yep, absolutely. So Wright comes in from 45 metres for the Bloods, goes for home. Might have snuck it through, he has. Brad Wright's got 3, and the Bloods have opened the last term with the first couple of goals. Just a shame they're so far back. They go to 5.7.37. It's a 50-point ball game. The Dogs are 13.9.87. 4 and a bit gone. Final term, thanks to Aussie Disposals.
But it's good to see they haven't thrown the towel in, Jock. You could beat 10 goals down at 3-quarter time and think, well, season's over, what the heck? But they're continuing. They've got their heads down and continuing to bore in at that football.
Well, there's a long time left in this quarter. I know it's a big margin. It will be 10 goals in the final term, but funnier things have happened, haven't they, in AFL football?
Don't say anything silly to me.
Let's see what happens in the middle. Compston shoveled it out by hand to the captain in Jack Geary. Sends it inside forward 50 to a hard leading Dylan Johnson. Johnson now into the pocket, bouncing footy to the rear of the pack. Here, now we go. It's a poor kick. He's kicked it straight into the direction of Welsh. It was almost as if Welsh of the Dogs called for it, and he just thought, I'll oblige and I'll kick it straight in. He's taken a chest mark, 38 out from goal on not much of an angle.
Yep, just put it straight onto his chest.
It just amazes you sometimes. Opposition players look at other opposition players, and it's almost as if they pick them out and say,
they are wearing different colours.
Well, they are. That was just a classic example of it. Deep in the defensive zone, the Bloods have coughed it up. Let's see what Braden Welsh, who's had a pretty good game this afternoon for the Dogs, pops it straight through. Oh, it slammed into the post. Well, straight through the post. Oh, I backed myself there and just didn't come out as a winner.
Yeah, good work.
Golden Square 13-10-88. Bloods 5-7-37. 6 minutes in the last. Thanks to Kangaroo Flat Storage as we take you inside local sport on Bendigo's Fresh FM.
That post had you in the gun, Johnny.
It did.
So the kick out, long, clears defensive 50, but it's all Dogs. Matty Compston with a good strong pack mark. Now he goes wide, gets the lead. Can he find a teammate? He can. On the lead, Thrum takes the mark, and he goes back inside, forward 50, and finds a teammate who's taken it. 45 out from goal on a very tight angle. Who's that? It's not Adam Baird, is it? Can't pick him. He's 100 miles away. Deep in that pocket.
No, I think it might be Sean Young.
Yeah, it's Young.
Sean Young with the whiskers. 45 metres out. Tight angle. Goes for home and puts it out of bounds on the full. Well, it's small exaggeration.
We've told him a million times not to exaggerate, Wallace.
That's right. Kick out by the Bloods towards half back, and a good mark there taken. Still inside defensive 50. Hand pass wide. Chance now for them to go long to half forward. Good mark, Isaiah Miller. Now's a chance. Here come the Bloods. Who's popped it up high, right the target. Got in front, thumped away by the Dogs' defence. Loose ball, 50 out. Chance down there. Can they pick it up? They can't. After on hands and knees was Torpy. He can't get it out, and the umpire ball it up. Metre in from the boundary line. 52 from the Bloods' goal. 7.5 minutes gone, final term. The margin 51 points in favour of Golden Square.
And it's 51 metres out from goal for the Blood, so let's see what they do with it. Code won the tap in the direction of Highwood, who stepped over the line 50.5 metres out from goal. In the rifle pocket here at the QEO, long shadows. The sun has snuck through again. Compston wins the tap for the Dogs. Volleyball action here in the direction of Captain Jack Geary, but it was Whelan. He just shoveled it down in the direction of Rogerson, and by foot finds a man that's been very quiet this afternoon compared to last week is Bartels, and by his standards hasn't had a big game. He'll have a shot at goal now. He's man on the mark. He's standing at 39.5 metres for the Dogs. Bartels kicking to the city end. He'll cross the paint mark of 50. Let's see what he does with his footy. He's a good player. It's a long, high ball. It's like a 9-iron. It sits up in the breeze but fades for a minor one. And the Bloods will go to 5-8-38, trailing Dogs 13-10-88. 8.5 in the last on Bendigo's Fresh FM.
Yeah, but a better build-up by South Bendigo then. Rogerson lowered the eyes, found a player on his own in space inside the 50, and was able to spot him up. Unfortunately, Bartels didn't make the most of it, but interesting here, the ball's gone for a bit of a holiday, so we've got a huddle. Not often you see a huddle in this day and age of football, but we've got one for this kick-in.
1989, I reckon, was the last time I seen one of them, Norm.
Bloke the other side of the fence in the car park had 3 kicks to get it back over the fence, so he's not having a good day. Hit the fence 3 times, hit the post. Dorrington now gets it back, kicks inboard to Adam Baird, up high, first grab, couldn't get the second, got it at ground level, but they've got him. Bloods might win it back, no, too many Dogs. Keating takes it, hand pass inside to Toma, he goes backward, Young's got it, works it into Welsh, Welsh through the traffic, back to Young on the left foot, high kick towards half forward,
good grab.
Coming through, Harry Donegan, good mark, got it. He rose over the pack, Johnny,
He's a
and
little
took
man
a
too.
ripper at half back for the Dogs.
He's a neat left footer too. He'll send it up onto the wing in the direction of Rosengren. It was actually a little bit too severe for him now. Rosengren dives in after it, as well as Mitch Rogerson for the Bloods, who's been serviceable the last 3 and a bit quarters. He had a big game last week as well, and he's, compared to last week, probably quiet along with Bartels. Umpire will throw it up. True centre wing position. Up they fly. Code wins the tap to Connaughton. Connaughton got banged into the ground. He's tough and he's hard though. Tomer for the Dogs goes to Code, who was on left half back. Code will send it wide laterally, looking for Dorrington. It's a 60-metre ball that's bouncing. Dorrington sits for him off half back to the wing. He's got Anderson. Anderson has got a paddock. He nonchalantly strolls and then kicks it long to 50 in good, strong contested mark. And taking a mark there was Torpy. Now with the footy, he goes short. Oh, it's an ugly ball to half back. Let's see what the Bloods can do. They do well with Nolder. Nolder now, it's an awkward looking ball. Bouncing footy. Highwood's there. Over the top by hand. That's okay. Bloods will come to half forward and a good strong hard lead by Highwood. Highwood will turn. In fact, it's the big man in right around the body. He'll look for Miller. That's Zaya. Offering support there is Harvey. He's been quiet as well for the last half or so. Anderson, the big gamer today. He won't be happy with that one. Puts it on the boot and it goes about 58 rows back. And we'll have a free kick to go the way of the Bloods, and it'll be Brock Harvey, 51 out from goal.
Johnny, just looking at the bench for Golden Square in front of us, you got Humphrey, Tracy, and Captain Jack. It's like a reggae festival. You got all the dreadlocks right down there in front of you.
Yeah,
I'm filthy. I'm filthy.
There's no smoke coming out of there, is there?
Name the odd man
Waft
out.
up into the box.
Yeah.
Name the odd man out. Dale Lowry.
Yeah.
He's got a short back and sides,
Yep.
Larry. He doesn't fit in.
That's what I say. Name the odd man out.
I did get it, Normie. Thanks very
Yeah.
much for that. So the Bloods now, the ball's been retrieved, and there's a shot on goal from 50 metres, tight angle. Tough from there. On its way out of bounds on the full. Penalty free kick to the Dogs, last line of defence. Dorrington will take it. The margin remains at 50 points in favour of Golden Square. 12 minutes gone, final term. Thanks to Choices Flooring, Bendigo Bulk Carpets.
Dorrington.
Ruff, ruff.
Dorrington hard up against the point post. He's looking for Thrum, ignores Thrum, who was in the opposite pocket, and he goes and sends it to the outer side. Bouncing footy. See what we can do here. Young stepped over the line. He grabbed the football. That's Sean Young. And we'll have a throw in 35 around from goal under a scoreboard that shows 38 to 88. The Bloods have led well all game here this afternoon. Almost halfway through the last term here at the QEO. Code, it was a neat tap to a teammate who banged it on the boot. Now we go inside forward 50. Wright is there. Good work, Will Lee of the Dogs. They'll move it nicely. A series of handballs ends up with Thrum. He has one bounce. He has two bounce. In fact, it's Welsh who's been really good this afternoon. The old 1-2 then received it back then by foot was neat to Anderson. Anderson stands up quickly just forward of centre. He's got players breaking for them. He's got a player on the outer side. He's ran heap of a distance as Sean Young again, and he goes in the direction of Adam Baird. 49 out for goal. They're looking to move it quickly here, the Dogs. They've upped the intensity. Now Baird will settle it down. He's in the pocket, swimming pool pocket. He's got Thrum there, just all by himself, in the corridor. 38 out, directly in front. No contest whatsoever. Easy as you like, and he'll line them up. Disappointing a couple of times, Norm. The checking by South Bendigo has been disappointing to say the least.
Yeah, very poor checking because Jake Thrum just walked out of the centre square, walked up, plonked himself just inside the 50 and nobody manned him up.
Jake Thrum kicking to the Barnard Street end. The windsock is now, it's not bobbing much at all, so it holds up in the breeze, however, but it's good enough, and he's put it through. So Dogs extend the lead, 14-10-94, Bloods 5-8-38, 14 minutes in the last. Thanks to Aussie Disposals as we take you inside local sport on Bendigo's Fresh FM.
Yes, poor checking by South Bendigo there. They had plenty of men in their back 50, but they all flooded back towards the goal square. Thrum walked over the 50-metre line, stood there. He was there for half a minute. And it was an easy spot up for Sean Young to hit him on the chest.
Braden Welsh was good, wasn't he, off half?
Oh, look, Welsh has been good all day. He's got sticky fingers or the ball on a string, one of the two.
Ball up, centre of the ground, up they go. Keating's after it. It's been good, the kid, for square. Got it. Got a hand pass out, found a teammate. Dogs back inside forward 50. Big Johnston gets it. Hand pass backwards to a teammate who gets a lead now. Chance for a mark. Not taken. It's Anderson. He's obviously been moved forward. And the Bloods get it back towards the centre of the ground, but in the way taking the mark was Fall. So Fall's got it for square, centre of the ground. Looks laterally. Then he goes wide towards half forward to Johnson. Caught behind, couldn't take the mark. Fall of the ball, favours the Bloods. They go down towards half forward, outer side. The target down there was Harvey. Couldn't take it. And it stumped over the line and out of bounds for a throw-in.
And interesting to note, Jock, that was Johnson on Johnson before, the brothers playing on each other.
Fair income.
Yep.
South Bendigo have got it on half forward.
Johnson and Johnson,
It is.
yep.
You should patent that, you might make a few bucks. Leroy Miller will be doing the ruck work on this occasion. He'll be up against Daniel Keating, who I think's done pretty well helping out Compton. Leroy Miller did well. Young again is at the bottom of the pack. Geez, he's had a good game, hasn't he? He just bobs up everywhere. Now it'll be the Bloods. They're on the outer side wing. Let's see if they can get a clean possession. They can't. Ended up with Donegan. He goes short and finds Johnson. Johnson by foot. He'll now go looking for Compton. Also Anderson offered support. It was the latter, and he'll love this. He's 49 out from goal. He doesn't decide to fire away. He'll be looking for Donegan. Couldn't find him. Good contested ball, Bloods. They'll work it nicely through Howe. Howe comes short, and he'll find Miller. That's Jake, who takes a defensive mark deep in his zone.
Yeah, Miller's still inside the defensive 50. Goes across the ground, back almost into the goal square. Finds Howe, who plays on. Has a bounce, no one near him, has a second. Then he kicks to half back, scrambly old kick, but it's okay. Keck takes the mark for the Bloods, goes inboard. Oh, couldn't find a teammate, might have turned it over. Plenty of numbers here for the Dogs, picked up by Lowry. Hand pass to Anderson, standing start from Clayton, goes inside forward 50. And Jack Geary on a lead takes the mark. 45 metres out, about 15 in from the boundary line. And I reckon Captain Jack will go back and have a ping at goal.
Should be bread and butter for him here, Jock.
What's the breeze doing though, Norm? Is he sort of into it, or cross breeze?
Yeah, he's probably kicking into it slight.
So Geary lining up for Golden Square from 53 metres. Didn't shoot, went to the point of the goal square. The hot spot, dumped away by the Bloods defence. Crumb by the Dogs, shot at goal, just wide, and through for a minor score. 17 and a half gone, final term. It's Golden Square 14-11-95, South Bendigo 5-8-38. Thanks to Aussie Disposals.
Round the ground in the qualifying final at the Loddon Valley, 10 minutes into the last. Bridgewater 53, Newbridge 51. So strap yourself in for a strong finish, thanks to Joel Peterson. Outer side wing now is Zach Hare of the Bloods. Oh, he's got a player on. It'll be Harvey. Harvey was by himself, 49 out from goal. He's got a teammate in the goal square. Brad Wright honors the lead and hits him right on the chest, and he'll have to fall over to miss this directly in front.
I'm writing it down, Johnny.
Right.
Going
right
for his
down.
fourth.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he'd have to fall over to miss it. There's no way known to the city end. Let's see what he does with this footy.
It's the unmissable goal.
Say it with confidence, and it'll happen, Jock. City end. He just pops it through very nicely indeed. He's gone all right. That's his fourth there, Jock. So good work from Wright. And it was a good bit of play, passage of player by the Bloods. They'll go to 6-8-44. They are trailing 14-11-95, the Dogs. Nearly 19 in the last, thanks to Aussie Disposals, as we take you inside local sport on Bendigo's Fresh FM.
Look, that was the best passage of play South Bendigo have had all day. They were able to find space. They actually hit their teammates up. They ran into space, and it ended with Wright in the goal square. And he did a power of running to get back there because he was up in the centre square as the ball came down the wing.
It's been really their only shining light because not much to go with him today. He's kicked 4 of the 6.
He has, yes.
Ball up, centre of the ground. Up they go. Keating up high again. Another big tap out for the Dogs. Wants one of the hairy blokes back on the ground. That's Tracy. Picks it up. Fired out a hand pass. Intercepted. Chance for the Bloods through Brereton. Couldn't get rid of it. Umpires Called a whistle on play. It's going to be a South free kick at half-back. Brereton takes it. No. Gives it to a teammate. South from half-back. Kick towards the big fella in Leroy Miller's okay. Takes it. Plays on. Goes to the centre of the ground. Bouncing ball. Thumped away by Nick Howe. Couldn't take it. Chance for the Bloods though. This time they do come out with the crumb. And they go long. Inside forward 50. Marking contest. No one could take it. Oh, given to Dorrington. Sold into trouble. Has to get rid of it. Isaiah Miller picks it up. Goes to Bartels. Bartels with a short kick. Mark taken. Just the distance. Highwood's got it. And another shot at goal for the Bloods, Normie.
It is. They've had a good last quarter. They certainly haven't thrown the towel in, and they've kept at it. And as the quarter's gone on, they've looked a lot better than what Golden Square have,
If it was a 3-goal margin, you'd get a bit excited now.
You would, yes.
So Alex Highwood from 50 metres goes for home.
Not with a kick like that, though.
And has put it right across the front and through for a minor score. So the Bloods go to 6-9-45. The margin 50 points. The Dogs are 14-11-95. 20 gone. Final term thanks to Kangaroo Flat Storage.
In the Loddon Valley qualifying final, Dixon just kicked his third. Newbridge in front, 57-53. All thanks to Wayne Smith out there. We're in for a big finish in the qualifier out there at the Loddon Valley as the ball moves to the wing, broadcast side, and we'll have a throw in. So the boys are getting a little bit testy here, just settling down.
You wouldn't worry. Why would you get testy now?
Yeah, well, just a bit of testosterone floating around there, Jock.
You want to get the testy testosterone happening in the first quarter, don't you?
Yeah, that's right. Now, Code will do the ruck work. He's rucked all day. Compton on this occasion, he tried to grab it but couldn't. Geary swooped on the football and kicked it to half forward looking for Anderson, who's playing forward now. He just tried to sweep a handball in the direction of Donegan, couldn't find him. They've got the numbers here. Marciano, he's coughed it up. Belnaves, his kick was smothered of the Bloods. Now it was picked up by Keating. Keating, what can they do here? He puts it in the direction of Johnson, only metres out from goal. They're screaming for a free kick, but good work by the Bloods. And it's sent to the outer side, and they're going to get away with this with a mark that's been taken by Sheen.
Yeah, it was touched off the boot. That's why Johnson's mark wasn't paid. So he had to play on the big fella. For those thinking, why didn't he just go back and have a kick? Now, after that Bloods mark, 50-metre penalty. Normie, what was that for?
I don't think the ball was handed back correctly, Jock. It went back on the bounce.
You got no idea, Normie. You were looking down at your book. Same as me. Bloods free kick, 50. Brings the South player to the centre of the ground. Now it's kicked inside forward 50. Plenty up. Thumped away by the Dogs' defence. Went straight up in the air. Crumbed by Harvey. Turns around the body. Shot at goal. And Harvey puts it through for full points. So certainly the Bloods are not tanking in this last quarter. Nick Kyrgios is not playing for them this afternoon. They're having a crack to finish it off. They go to 7-9-51. The Dogs well in front still though. They're 14-11-95, 23 gone final term. Oh, look, there's the South Bendigo horns.
A couple of sirens, a couple of horns when that ball went through the goal there, Jock. But yeah, it's good to see. I'm sure Brady will be happy that the boys have fought this right out to the end and just didn't let Golden Square roll over the top.
Round the grounds at the Camp Reserve thanks to David Simmons. Three-quarter time, Castlemaine 89 and Gisborne 81. So strap yourselves in down at the Camp Reserve. Can the Magpies get another win on the board twice in 3 weeks? We'll keep our eye on that one. Thanks to all the people that are texting in the scores from all around central Victoria as the ball is in the middle of the ground here. It's socket off the ground by the Dogs by Fall. He'll put it to the half-forward flank in the direction of Anderson, who's playing down forward still. Dives in after the footy. Loved his endeavour at the football, but boundary line one. And we'll have a throw in. 2 kicks out from goal. It'll be interesting to see what's going on down at Kyneton. So keep texting those scores in if you're around the grounds. Anderson now, front and centre, dived in after the football, couldn't win it. Still 70 out from goal. They're all standing around now waiting for the umpire to blow his whistle, and he obliges and he'll throw it up. 51 playing 95. It is the Dogs against South Bendigo, just approaching full time in this game, and it's been a very dominant Golden Square.
Yeah, Bloods have kicked 4 goals in the last quarter so far, and the Dogs just won, so they've won the quarter. Meanwhile, the ball's moved inside forward 50 for the Dogs. South player Oh, he's been pinged. I thought he was grabbed without the football, but the umpire said no. You had it possession and you were pinged. Dogs free kick from 55. Up into the hot spot. South mark, last line of defence. No, not paid. Play on. 20 out from the Dogs' goal. Pack develops. Umpire will ball it up.
Got to love the work of Wayne Smith up there in the LV. Bridgewater on their knees. 2 more goals to Newbridge through Kilboy and Dixon's 4th. Sees the lead 70 to 54.
Now, that's not an elimination final.
No,
is it?
it's qualified
qualified.
today.
So Bridgie lived to fight again.
Yep.
Yep. Defending the title of the last, 8 years or 7 years?
7 years.
Meanwhile, it's moved out of defence by the Bloods towards the centre of the ground. Here they come. Kick to Connaughton's okay, and he's taken the mark. That's Aaron Connaughton. Oh, goes wide. He's given it up. Marciano chips in and takes the mark, and he's got it for the Dogs between centre and centre wing. He goes with a little kicks, okay, finds a teammate. Mark's taken down there for them by Lowry. Lowry goes short, gives it over the top, taken by Fall, plays on, goes long to full forward. Up they go. Marking contest, knocked away from the South player, and the umpire's
Belnaves it is, yeah.
Over the shoulder or chopping the
giving him a
arms.
free kick.
Chopping
isn't
the
it?
arms,
Yep.
he actually gave it.
Belnaves, free kick, last line of defence
no.
Lovely
for
pass.
the Dogs, and he's kicked it straight back to Coe on his own. Coe centres, and the mark's taken by Tommy Toma, 40 out directly in front. Can't believe that kick from Belnaves.
Again.
Coe there wasn't a South player within 30 metres of him. He's put it straight to him. Gee. So Tommy Toma has kicked 2 this afternoon. And like all good small players, within 100 metres of goal, he's going to have a shot. There's no thought of a pass off. Comes in from 45 metres, goes for home, pushes it across the face, off hands, still in play. Now it's not. It's over the line and out of bounds for a throw in. Deep in the forward pocket for Golden Square. Dogs 95, Bloods 51.
Umpire, he'll hurl it back in. A lot of players around the football doing the ruck work again will be Keating. He's swapped with Compton all afternoon. He's done a pretty good job. Geez, throw a blanket over a dozen players at ground level. Tommy Brereton did extremely well for the Bloods. Comes up and we'll do it all again. Only 30 metres out from goal. It's the Dogs at the moment doing the attacking. Up they go in the ruck. We need to be careful here. Rogerson Anderson attacks him in the footy and did well. Don't you love seeing your forwards do that for the Dogs? We'll have another throw up, another ball up. 30 metres from goal for the Dogs. 95 playing 51. It's a big margin here at the QEO. Up they go in the ruck again. It was Keating v Code. It's going to be the Bloods through Leroy Miller. He'll send it in the direction of Torpy, but a free kick
Yep,
is
Bloods
going to
free
be
kick.
awarded to Torpy. So he'll look to play the corridor here to Highwood.
Good
He
kick.
does. It was to Miller. Miller now, in fact, it's Miller to Miller. Let's see what they do. Coe got a big fist on it. Good work defensively by the Dogs. Tracy there. They track the football. Humphrey is there as well. The two, it's just ended up with Leroy Miller, and it's just gone around the body. Nonchalant it again, and he's popped it through.
Isaiah Miller has kicked his first for the day.
Isaiah Miller. So, it wasn't an exciting build-up at all, as Connaughton's in a bit of trouble, is he? Let's see what happens with him. But the Bloods go to 8-9-57, Golden Square 14-11-95, 28 in the last. Thanks to Aussie Disposals as we take you inside local sport on Bendigo's Fresh FM.
And it was good thinking by Jaden Sheehan there. He saw that Isaiah Miller was all by himself. He popped a little one over the top. Miller able to play on and run into an open goal.
Good finish to this game by
Yeah,
the
it
Bloods.
It has been a good finish.
They blew it early, of course. They were probably almost put to bed by half-time. So back in the centre, well, 28 and a half gone now, final term. 57 plays 95. Dogs will win the contest and consolidate their spot in the top 5. Ball up, centre of the ground, Compton up high again, wins it down. Chance for Tracy, takes it, put it on the boot. It goes high to half forward, up they go, no one can take the mark. Chance down there for the Dogs to win it at ground level. Keating got it, in wide, went back to Compton. Big fellow couldn't pick it up, but his boot stops. Back develops and the umpire's going to ball it up.
Well, I think we might have a big hamstring here to Nolder, or it's a cramp, one or the other. He clutched at it, Jock. I hate it when the players do that with their hammies.
Going straight for the boundary.
Yeah.
Yep, he knows. Meanwhile, ball up between centre and centre wing. Ball in dispute. Who's got the numbers at ground level? Dead heat. Code goes in hard. He's on the bottom of the pack, and the umpire balled it up again.
I don't want to take anything away from the effort of the Bloods in this last turn, but it is junk time, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. 29.5 gone's over. Blow the bell. 8-9 Bloods. 14-11 Golden Square. Up they go. Compston again is dominated today. Got it down to Captain Jack, who fed it out to Donegan. Whistle on play. Comes back to Geary. Jack Geary got the free kick on the wing for Golden Square. So Geary looks forward. Doesn't matter. There's the bell. All over Red Rover at the Queen Elizabeth Oval. And it is Golden Square, a comprehensive win. 14-11, 95 to South Bendigo, 8-9, 50.